So to make this triangle ring, the first thing you're going to do is just cut about 3/4 of a foot of, I have about an 18 gauge wire. You could go with a 16, maybe you braid up to a 20, but I wouldn't go any lighter than that. So you can decide how big you want your triangle. I'm just going to do a mid-sized triangle, and again, it's going to fit right here on the end of the finger. So you're just going to bend about, I'd say 3/4 of an inch in, all right? And then you're just going to bend a little bit less than that, because I want this about this much of my wire, that much, to be able to be loose so I can wrap it. So I'm just going to go about here, about half of what I just bent, okay? And you know, the better the angles that you get here, the more sharp your ring will look. So it's kind of worthwhile trying to work with it. So if you see, I'm just kind of squeezing those in a little bit. Okay, and so this is what I have so far. I'm just taking my pliers and I'm just kind of squeezing those ends so that they're a little bit more triangular. Okay, so if you notice, I've got about, I don't know, about a little over 1/4 of an inch of wire that's left over right there. So what I'm going to do is now take my pliers, just going to wrap that little bit of wire around a few times on the main wire. So if you see, I'm just going to wrap it forward like this. Okay, and really I'm just getting rid of it and just stabilizing that triangle at the same time. Okay. Now, if you want to have a little bit more wire for a tail to wrap it, you can absolutely do that. Okay, so at this point, if my triangles come out of shape, I just want to make sure that it's brought back into shape. Okay, and then I'm going to do a little bit of hammering, and what that will do is wire harden it a bit so it'll stay in shape even better. And if you want, you can actually slide this in a little bit. That the wraps you just did, they will be able to slide. So what I'm doing here again is just really forming that triangle, so that's a little more even. Okay, at this point I'm going to use my hammering block. I'm going to avoid the wraps and I'm just going to hammer the triangle. I use the flat side of my hammer, and now I'm going to use a flat side just to flatten it, and now I'm going to texturize. I'm going to take my ring mandrel and I'm going to put it around the size of how big I want the ring. And again, you can go one size smaller if you want, and then just size it up if you like, which you usually do with a ring. So just have your, so say I'm going to go about a 6, and that would be for like about a 7 ring. Okay, so just wrap it right around your ring mandrel, just like that. Okay, take it off, and you're going to have this like that so far. Okay. Now, I cut this wire a little bit too long for this size of ring, so I'm just going to trim it back a little bit so it's just easier to work with, because I only need about that. And you can gauge your wire a little bit better than I did. So far that's what I have, and now all I'm going to do is take this wire and just do the same kind of wrap and try and keep it about even with what you've already done. Now, your circle's probably going to come out of place, but that's okay, because you're going to put it back on the ring mandrel as soon as you finish making the ring. So just a couple wraps, and really just to stabilize it. And try when you're wrapping to make sure that you wrap right in that corner, because that way it will match this corner's wrapped in that one. So just squeeze your wraps together, and I'm just going to do one more really. And again, like I said, it will come out of place, but that's all right, because we will put it back on the ring mandrel. And just trim that back, whatever you have. File any edges that are sharp, and this would be what you have so far. Okay, so put it back on your ring mandrel, and at this point you can hammer it just to wire harden it. At this point, you just want to eyeball your wraps just to make sure they're okay. Line them up so that they look like they're coming out. Now, it's not going to be exactly perfect just because of the nature of how you're wrapping this ring, but it will be you know, pretty much not noticeable. So then that would be your finished ring, and you can put it, you could wear it this way, or you could wear it this way, and of course you'd make a smaller size according to that. So that concludes the tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you next time. Thanks for coming. Bye for now.